Something more.
Thanks to RCN, you are connected to Northampton County.
Hello, I'm Peter Aquino, CEO and President of RCN. I want to thank you for choosing RCN as your provider for cable, phone, and internet service.
This is RCN TV.
From Butts Field on the campus of DeSales University in Center Valley, Pennsylvania, RCN Television presents the Blue Mountain League Game of the Week. Tonight's matchup features the first place Martins Creek Creekers, 20-4 on the season. Their manager and coach is Eric Schmidt as they take on the Clippers of Lehigh Valley. Andy Yencho is in charge. They're at 7-14 at the moment. Hello, everyone. I'm Gary Labach, along with Chris Michael and Dick Tracy, as we welcome you to the start of the last one-third of this season, as these teams now will go through the league again one more time before deciding who the top four are. And Chris, there's no doubt who one of those top four will be, because it looks like that Martins Creek is on their way not only to defending their two-time championship, but maybe winning a third.
Yeah, certainly they have been in first place pretty much from the get-go this season, and they've been able to win all different ways. They have offense, they can play defense. The other night they were held to just 4 hits. They pushed 2 runs across and won 2-0. So they've been in control pretty much from the opening start point this year.
And Chris, no team has exemplified this league better than Martins Creek has. 53 years in the league. Nobody's been in the league longer. O.R. Pacioli in charge. It's just one of those teams that has a lot of great history and a lot of great tradition.
Yeah, it started back in 1946, and one of those franchises where you talk to the players, you talk to their fans, they know about the tradition. They know about the great players from back in the 40s, like you said, O.R. Pacioli, all the way through. Great pride in this program. Whether they're in first place or not, they're always out here supporting the team.
And Dick, as we take a look, as we turn our attention to the Lehigh Valley Clippers, wear the Yankee uniforms at times, so near and dear to your heart. This is a team that's only been in existence now for 4 seasons. They're struggling a little bit this year. The first year they got themselves in the playoffs. But this is where you really find out how much guys love baseball, because they're not going to make it into the playoffs, but they still want to come out here every night and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of new faces, Gary. Not a lot of shuffling going on. They do have All-Star Fair back from last year. He was a 1 out of 3 hitter. And, of course, they do have Geisel, who has moved the player coach this year, and he had 2 complete games. I think he won that Tarasi Award last year as the best pitcher, you know, that special formula they have for ERA and that. Yeah, but they're young and they're struggling. And with a lot of new faces, they're still looking.
And, of course, Dick, they've got Joe Russo behind them, the attorney, who he loves the game of baseball. And much like O.R. Pacioli, he's been around forever. Joe, I think, is trying to establish some tradition with this baseball team. And as we said, they're not going to make it this year, but they will play hard. They've played hard all season long.
Yeah, they've laid the groundwork, Gary. But what they need now, you know, is a 500 or above season. And that really will solidify them. And all of a sudden, you want to come back. You want to go back to the same place because you say, hey, this is on the rise.
All right, it should be a good baseball game here tonight. The Creekers of Martins Creek, they're at the top of the league right now, will take on the Clippers of Lehigh Valley. Sit back, relax. We've got starting lineups coming your way right after this timeout.
Pumpkin, what are you doing up there?
The new ABE Car Care Center got a new truck lift, and I just had to try it out.
You know what? As a car care customer, you are special because they take the time to talk to their customers about their vehicles.
Yeah, they're the best.
Pumpkin, come down from there.
No, I'm having fun. This is nice.
Pumpkin, come down from there. I have a donut for you.
That's all right. I brought my own donut.
ABE Car Care Centers.
From digital quick print full color printing on our Heidelberg Quickmaster DI to long run 4 and 5 color printing on our new 5-color Heidelberg Speedmaster with inline aqueous coating. Harmony Press's digital press technicians have the experience to prepare your files for direct-to-press technology. Our full binary services complement your quality color job with folding, stitching, die cutting with any finish services needed to complete your jobs. Harmony Press. Family owned and operated in the Lehigh Valley for over 50 years.
Welcome back. It is a beautiful night for baseball. A little warm. It's probably right now about 89, 90 degrees, but very low humidity, so it's not really all that uncomfortable. as we get ready for the Martins Creek Creekers taking on the Lehigh Valley Clippers in our Blue Mountain League baseball game of the week. We are glad you are with us. Let's take a look at the Creekers starting batting order. They will lead it off with Jim Borton. Jim wears number 6 and he'll play shortstop. Batting second, number 1, Joe Buba. He's the second baseman. Batting third, number 11, Brandon Leslie. He is the designated hitter. Batting cleanup is number 10, Jesse Borden. He'll play first base. Batting fifth, number 3, Brandon Nardella. The center fielder, batting sixth, is Eric Schmidt, number 19. He is the catcher and he is the coach. Batting seventh, number 21, Kevin Walbert, the right fielder. Batting eighth is Jimmy Happel. He'll play left field. And batting ninth is Dre Weiler. He is the third baseman. And that is the batting order for the Martins Creek Creeker. Defensively, the Clippers look like this. Andy Yancho is at first base. Derek Moyer at second. John Russo is the shortstop. Ryan Bennick at third base. Across the outfield, Andrew Fair is in left field. Andrew Hurd is in center. And Mark Bernhardt is in right field. Brent Bowman behind home plate. Out on the mound is Mike Hanley. Mike has pitched 30 2/3 innings. He's given up 20 hits, 10 runs, 7 of which were earned. He has walked 14, struck out 31, 3-1 on the season. Very good record on a team that is currently 7-14. So he's been their ace. 1.60 is his earned run average. So it is Martins Creek with a 20-4 record, currently find themselves in first place, 4 games ahead of Hellertown, 4 games ahead of Vinecrest, and 5 games against Punkin Miller's Ball Club, the starters pub. And everybody else is kind of out of the playoff picture. The Clippers are right now way down in 7th place, 11.5 games out of first place.
Mike Hanley, a lefty, Gary, and you know they come in 2 classes. You know, the cute ones like the Moyer who puts the ball all around the plate and makes you guess a lot, makes your timing well off, or one of those really real firebrains, you know, who fills it in at about 96, 97 an hour. We'll see.
I think there's a third class for lefties. Crazy. And you're a lefty, right?
That's right.
Yeah. It'll be Jim Borton who will step in. The shortstop's batting .311 on the season, 23 hits, 1 extra base hit, a double, 21 runs scored, and 8 RBIs. Jim Borton to face Mike Hanley as we're ready for Blue Mountain League baseball. Borton played his high school ball at Penargil High School. Behind, we'll give you the umpires in 1 second. Here's our first pitch of the night, and it is a good one, strike 1. Behind home plate is Larry Landino, and on the base paths is Ron Wood. Good look at the left-hander. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fake the bunt, and they're going to say he went after it, so it's going to be 0-2. Jim not crazy about that call.
Great team batting average here with 5 all-stars starting for the Creekers.
And we'll see the first one on deck, Joe Buba. That one is ball 1, although Brent Bowman thought he had a strikeout. So that might have been an even-up call.
Boy, Bowman was ready to rifle that one down to third. He thought he had to call a K.
Here's the 1-2. That's inside in the dirt. 2.
A lot of room in it to the backstop fence, Gary.
As it should be. It's a college field, and up to the catcher to be defensive and the pitchers to be accurate. It is the home of the Bulldogs. DeSales University plays here under Tim Nyman. Upstairs, and the count goes full. So 32. After getting ahead 0-2, Hanley now gets a full count on Borton. Borton steps out of the box. Martins Creek, 2-time defending champs. They've got 5 championships overall, 53, 54, 96, and 06 and 07. And they'll certainly be the team to beat again in the playoffs. And that's going to be low. So after the first 2 pitches are strikes, Hanley gives up a leadoff walk to Jim Borton.
Man, you're talking about the Creekers. They play so well at the end of the year yet, too. And here they are, 20-4, with a third of the season to go.
So here's Joe Buba, Dick mentioned, an all-star. Wearing number 4 tonight. They had him as number 1 on the roster. Joe comes in batting .262 with 17 hits, 3 doubles, a triple, 24 runs scored and 9 RBIs. And you see Joe, he's got batting jitters up there. He showed bunt, but that pitch way out of the strike zone, ball 1.
So we've experienced 5 straight wide ones, bad ones.
Russo showing bunt. And certainly, Dick, when they've got a pitcher on the mound like Ryan Driscoll, not a bad idea to get a couple of early runs. Driscoll has been perfect this year, 7-0. Strike 1, 1-1.
Head of the count, Bubo on his own. Fakes, doesn't go with a bunt, goes with a straight swing up the middle, hoping up the middle.
The 1-1 pitch will not come home. Instead, they chase Borton back. Teams have played 3 times already this year. Martins Creek has won them all. 4-0, 5-4, and 11-7. So this is the last time they will see the Clippers for 2008. That's up high. 2-1.
2-1. 1 strike.
Struggling at this point, Gary. He truly is so early. And yet he appears to be struggling to find that plate.
Fouling it off. The count evens up at 2-2. I don't think Buba has a still bone in his body when he's up there. He is shaking. His wrists, his hands.
We got 2.
His whole body is getting ready to unleash.
A Bethlehem Catholic former.
Balls in play.
The 2-2 pitch. And again, protecting the plate, as that would have been strike 3, and just reached out and slapped it away to keep the count at 2-2. Played some baseball at the community college. A lot of community college players on this ball club.
Yeah, there are.
You're looking for Borden to steal. He's got 9 stolen bases on the year. And he'll take a step back to first.
Prove your statement, Gary. 8 of the 9 starters are from NCC.
Borton by far their top base stealer. This ball punched out to right field. Bernhardt with a run, and he will put it away rather easily for out number 1. That'll bring up Brandon Leslie, the designated hitter. Another all-star this year, .413 hefty batting average. Leads the team in hitting, 26 hits, 10 doubles, 21 runs scored, and 13 RBIs. Brandon Leslie steps in.
The only NCC non-starter, Gary. Rider University.
Played his high school ball at Northern Lehigh. First year in the league. Drives that one past Ryan Bennick. It'll get out into left field. Andrew Fair will collect it. And they're going to send Borden. So he rounds third. And Borden will score on the double by Brandon Leslie and an RBI. Take another look at it, Richard.
Going to get inside and pull it down the line. Deflection. Fair's going to go over and make a play, but boy, scored easily.
So 1 run in on the first base hit of the ball game. It's a 2-base RBI double. And that will bring up the cleanup hitter, Jesse Borden. Comes in batting .400 with 28 base hits. Leads the team in base hits. And boy, he has mixed them up. 9 doubles, a triple, and 4 home runs. 17 runs scored and 36 RBIs.
Remember when he did a little work at Pleasant Valley High School. Big.
Ball 1 to Borden. And ball 2.
Lefty versus lefty. Gary doesn't want to fall behind.
Jesse has that Man Mountain look about him.
He does.
But he likes to play baseball. And that one takes a wicked hop over the head of Andy Yencho. That'll be an RBI base hit, as Borden will stop at first base as he hits a hard shot down the first, and it just jumped over Andy Yencho for the RBI. Coming around to score is Leslie. Another look at it.
Again, he got inside, pulled it. Just a terrific hop over his head. Not only got himself a hit, played it a run.
So 2 runs in now here in the first on 2 base hits. And that'll bring up Brandon Nardella. Brandon batting a hefty .320. 24 hits, 4 doubles, a triple, a home run. 15 runs scored and 15 RBIs. Up high, ball 1. Brandon was an all-star last year, and you would think that he had good enough numbers to be an all-star again. But the Creekers represented by 6 all-stars. They may have run out of opportunities. There's a nice play by Yencho. Catches the line drive. It'll be a double play unassisted. So Borden is retired. As you get another look at it, Dick.
Line drive, does get around on it, but Yencho behind the runner, hugging the line against the lefty, able to make the play unassisted. 2
runs on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. But the Creekers, as they so often do, jump on the opponents early. They lead it by a 2-0 score, 1/2 inning into the baseball game. Time to give you the Lehigh Valley Clippers starting batting order. They will lead it off with Andrew Hurd. He wears number 9. He'll play center field. Derek Moyer is the second baseman, and he will bat second. Batting third is Andrew Fair, the left fielder. He wears number 30. Batting fourth, number 15, Brent Bowman. He's the catcher. Batting fifth is Andy Yencho, first baseman. Batting sixth, Ryan Bennick, wears number 33, third base. Batting seventh, number 12, Mark Bernhardt, the right fielder. The DH is Jeremy Hawes. He wears number 16 and bats eighth. And shortstop John Russo, number 13, will finish out the batting order for the Lehigh Valley Clippers. Defensively, the Creekers look like this. Jesse Borden is at first base, Joe Buba at second, Jim Borton is at shortstop, and Dre Weiler is at third base. Jim Happel in left field, Brandon Nardella in center, and Kevin Walbert is in right field. Eric Schmidt behind home plate. And out on the mound is Ryan Driscoll, Central Catholic graduate. Ryan has pitched 43 innings, given up 40 hits, 14 runs, 12 earned, 8 walks, 36 strikeouts. Has a terrific ERA of 1.95 and is 7-0 with a save on the season. So 7-0-1 on the year for Ryan Driscoll. And Dick, he was another one of those all-stars.
I was going to say another one of the Creeker all-stars.
So stepping in, Andrew Hurd will be the first to face him. Andrew comes in batting .265 with 9 base hits, 5 of them doubles, 7 runs scored, and 3 RBIs.
Clippers already down 2, Gary, and it could have been worse. Line shot, grabbed by Yencho, turned into a DP.
Yeah, baseball's one of those games that isn't always fair. You know, guys hit those humpback base hits. Another guy will come up and smack the ball as hard as you can hit it right at somebody and end up with nothing. And in fact, that time a line shot into a double play. So here's Andrew Hurd. Dick, he's pretty familiar with this ball field. He graduated this past year from DeSales University.
First 3 batters are all DeSales personnel.
Eric Schmidt will get himself settled in behind home plate. Wilson High School graduate. He's the coach, manager, and boy, Dick, everybody around the league has echoed their praises of the job Eric Schmidt has done.
Yeah, I guess he was quite responsible for putting that all-star game together.
Borton with a quick pickup and the strong throw. 1 pitch, 1 out. Jimmy made the routine play look routine. Here's Derek Moyer, .255 on the season with 14 hits, 5 doubles, a triple, 7 runs scored, 7 RBIs. And he is a member of this year's All-Star team, which, by the way, was 2-0 on the season. They beat Perkiomen Valley, and they beat the Tri-County League. In fact, beat them up a little bit as they knocked them off by an 11-3 score last Friday night. Strike one to Moyer. Swing and a miss, strike two.
You can tell by those only 8 walks given out this year by Driscoll that he is around the plate. He showed it already on the first 2 batters.
Eric's pitching staff beat up a little bit as Nick Bowen right now is injured. And Eric said he's been kind of spreading the games around a couple of pitchers. One guy maybe 4 innings, another guy 3. And Dick, then he goes to his third baseman, Weiler, if he needs somebody as a closer.
Defensive swing there on the 2-strike count.
And let me correct myself, Leslie, the guy he usually goes to. That one out of the strike zone. Didn't matter. Moyer went after it. And that's the second out of the inning, first strikeout of the baseball game.
Look at it here and you'll see chasing outside the zone, his 37th strikeout, only 8 walks.
So that brings up Andrew Fair, leading hitter on the baseball team with a .415 average, 22 hits, 3 doubles, a couple of triples, and a home run. 11 runs scored and 12 RBIs. Went after a pitch out of the strike zone there. A little slider that went into the dirt, change up. 0-1. And that a foul tip. Not a lot of pace on those 2 pitches from Driscoll.
Farrell completed the 07 season with a .333 average, included 8 doubles, and he scored 21 runs.
Dick mentioned another sales player, but he's behind in the count 0-2. Just outside. 1-2. Chris Michael will be joining us in innings 4, 5, and 6. The 1-2 pitch. Foul ball right back to us. Count stays 1-2. 3:30 down the lines here at Puts Field. 400 to straightaway center field. And in the alleys, it's about 375.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
A little low, a little outside. 2-2.
Tell you, you're sitting with that 2-run lead, not much, but after 1 inning, it's a lot, and he just nibbles.
Got that one up a little bit, beaten down to Joe Buba. Slow roller. Buba makes the play, and
oh, he got him safe.
Yeah, well, he beat it out. It was just such a slow roller that Andrew Fair hustled down the line and beats it out for an infield base hit.
A leg hit. Who actually waits for this one, Gary? Want to field that in the middle of that dirt.
The infield is a bit of a story, as DeSales today did not realize there was a game here tonight. So, Dick, they for hours watered this field. When the guys arrived, Andy Encho in particular, arrived, he realized the field was unplayable. And they worked for about 3 hours to get this field ready for this game tonight. And it is still very, very soft. Strike one to cleanup hitter Brent Bowman. 346 on the season with 9 hits, 4 doubles, a home run, 2 runs scored, and 6 RBIs. 1 down and 2 down and a runner on. That's up high, 1-1.
Came with the speed that time, but too far up in his zone. I think Driscoll figured he'd be out of this by now, Gary. He got those first and second rather easily and got a .415 hitter to just top one to second.
You're right, the ball just took too long to get to Buba. Maybe Joe had to charge it. Ball 2, 2-1. got to be a lawn chair spectator here. There's, no seats. Everybody kind of grabs a chair on the along the right field or left field line. Get out far enough where they have an angle of the entire field. Swinging late, and it's a hot one chopper back to Driscoll. He'll make the play easily. And a very quiet inning for the Clippers. No runs. They did get a hit. There were no errors and one runner left on base. So at the end of one full inning in the Blue Mountain League game of the week, Rogers Creek leads it by a 2-0 score. With us tonight, as they have been with us all season long, is Embassy Bank of the Lehigh Valley. They are your home team, delivering their customer-first approach and setting a whole new standard for banking in the Lehigh Valley. They are your community bank, committed to attentive one-to-one service, innovative customized banking solutions, and local decision making. Lots of locations in the valley. 2 in Bethlehem, 2 in Allentown, and now 1 in Trexlertown. Embassy Bank, 610-882-8800. Braun and Turco is with us tonight also. The insurance company provides the highest quality insurance products and customer service, and they've been doing it since 1947. Auto insurance, home insurance, business insurance, and life insurance. They're located at 1501 South 4th Street in Allentown, 610-797-5828. Braun and Turco Insurance proudly supports Blue Mountain League baseball. It'll be Schmidt, Walbert, and Happel, batters 6, 7, and 8 to step up now for the Creekers as they'll get their first look at Mike Hanley, who just bounced one up to the plate. It's not a bad idea. It gets the batters thinking it. Maybe you're a little wild. We'll finish up the regular season of the Blue Mountain League next Tuesday night. Game time 9:30, as we will have a Starters Pub taking on Lineport. Dick, Lineport's probably as hot as any team in this league. They have come back and gotten themselves in 5th place. That's the good news. The bad news is they're still 5 games out of 4th.
Yeah, and of course they've been doing a lot with pitching. That Quinn, what a game he had that night we had him. Wow.
Here comes player coach Eric Schmidt, 348 on the season, another all-star. In fact, he was the coach of both all-star victories. 23 hits, 6 doubles, a home run, 13 runs scored, and 20 RBIs.
Coach of the year last year too in the BML.
And rightfully so, and probably has a little bit of a lock hold on it again this year. Upstairs, around the chin, ball 1.
Chin music.
Fouled back, 1-1.
Schmidt tried to hold up, unable to do so.
1-1.
Dick Eric's one of those guys that's very conscientious about getting me the information and making sure that we're ready for the ball game. Updated all of his stats. Wanted to get his lineup to me as quickly as possible. There's a good curveball. As the count now goes to 1-2. So, he promised to get me the lineup yesterday. Sent me an email and said, I can't get that lineup to you until my daughter takes a nap. So Dad was waiting for his daughter to go to sleep, and sure enough, as soon as she closed the peepers, he had a lineup to me.
He's conscientious with that lumber too, Gary. 352 hitter last year overall.
Count stays 1-2.
One of those guys that just loves to play baseball.
Well, he plays Tri-County also, doesn't he? He's roster player there.
And swings and misses. That's the first strikeout for Hanley. And that's out number 1.
Let's see this guy. I don't think he can catch up with that straight stuff. Comes over the top just a little late.
So here's Kevin Walbert, 293 on the season. Go back and take a look at that big curve.
That was breaking ball. Good pitch.
Man, that thing broke about 4 feet. Walbert, 12 hits, a double, home run, 10 runs scored, and 4 RBIs. Strike 1 to Walbert. Foul tip. Makes the count 0-2.
0-2.
Look at these lefties. It reminds me of the Japanese relay with Fujiyama. He relieves. He doesn't look at the plate. He looks at the ground when he releases the ball. Now that's control.
How about the college kid that pitched with both hands? Ball fouled off. Count will stay 1 and 2. 0 and 2. I'm sorry. Kathy Nealon out in the truck always has the right count. We have no scoreboard to work with here, which is a bit of a disadvantage. 1-2 now to Walbert.
Goes outside. Does not get Walbert to bite.
Beaten to the ground. That will stay foul. That will keep the count 1 and 2.
Big breaking ball. Roundhouse that time.
Jimmy Happel on deck.
Plays 1-2.
Jimmy, part of a baseball family. Dad Jim was an outstanding Blue Mountain League player in his day. Upstairs 2-2.
Changing speeds and the breaking stuff, Gary, and throwing the hard one with the straight stuff.
And that one didn't break. So the count goes full. So much like Borton, who led off the ball game, 0-2 on Walbert, now going full. Hanley walked Borton. He came around and scored a run. The 3-2 pitch. And that's going to be strike 3. As that one came right down the heart of the plate and really fooled Kevin Walbert. Take another look.
Yeah, Walbert must have been fooled because he thinks this is inside. Gets that corner, gets the call.
So 2 down now in the top of the second. Here's Jimmy Happel batting .243 on the season with 17 hits, 8 doubles, and 3 home runs. 13 runs scored and a dozen RBIs. Fouls that off, strike 1.
Last ball's in play.
2 consecutive strikeouts. He's not only getting ahead, goes after that first pitch and just beats it back.
He's thrown a lot of first pitch strikes. Did he go?
Sure did.
He did. So that's strike 2. 0-2 to Happel. Take another look. You be the ump. I think in the majors they would have called that a strike. And that's a ball.
1, 2.
Brent Bowman was ready to go to the dugout. Thought that one was at the knees.
Watch Bowman get out of the box. I'll see you. No?
That's a good call. Blowing outside. That's low and inside, so it's 2-2.
Looking to strike out the side here in the second inning.
Boy, that bat split right in half. Not an easy play for Moyer, but Derek will make the play for the 3rd out. And one of the problems with wooden bats at all levels is they break too easily. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. As that baby split right in half. 1.5 in the books. 2-0 in favor of the Creekers.
Really sawed him off on that one.
Harvey Z. Rad Realtors, George Rad, the broker. They're one of the most respected real estate companies in the Lehigh Valley. They have been providing personal and professional real estate services with honesty and integrity for over 45 years. They specialize in residential, commercial, and multi-unit investment properties. You will find knowledge and sincerity in helping you with all of your real estate needs. Call Dave Rooney, Chris Rad, Greg Rad, or George Rad at 610-433-5551. Rad Realty. Edge Transportation with us tonight, door to door since '84. Edge Transportation provides same day and overnight transportation service to New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, the District of Columbia, Virginia, West Virginia, and Connecticut. Edge Transportation handles LTL, truckload service, inside deliveries, and Liftgate Services. For reliable, efficient transportation service, call 1-800-388-EDGE. That's 1-800-388-3343. Remember, Edge Transportation, door to door since '84.
Top of the second inning, we had player manager Eric Schmidt leading off. Here we have bottom of the second inning, we have player manager Andy Encho leading off.
Look at this play. Boy, look at that bat. All he had left, Dick, was the nub. He hit it off the handle, and the handle just snapped. So, Dick, what's a bat go for these days? About 85, $100?
Yeah, they're 100.
Here comes Andy Encho, as Dick mentioned. 306 on the season, 11 hits, 2 doubles, 2 home runs. He has 3 runs scored and 6 RBIs. His first look at Ryan Driscoll. Up high, ball 1.
Johnny Damon was quoted going through over 50 bats already, Gary, and he had 50 last year for the total year. And of course, he's been on the DL, but he's missed a few games.
Of course, those guys, I think, get them given to them.
Oh, yeah.
It's always the case. The guys that can afford them the most don't have to pay. 1-1 to Yencho. Of course, the All-Star game going on tonight. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Try to pull that outside pitch 1-2 instead of going with it. Driscoll smart pitcher.
Hit hard, not an easy play, but Russo got over there nicely to get in front of it. And that's the deal, Dick. Hit the ball hard enough to Joe Buba, and he'll make the play. He stayed down on that beautifully.
Yeah, that one's headed up the middle, and you'll see it here. Buba's able to come over, get in front of it, and make it really into a pretty easy play.
If you want to pattern your infield play after a play, that was the one. Joe Buba got in front of that ball, stayed down. Even if the ball comes up a little bit, it's going to hit him in the body, and he makes the play. Strike 1 to Ryan Bennett. Comes in batting an even 300, as he is 3 for 10 on the season. One of those hits is a triple. He's got 3 RBIs. 1-1.
Boy, first pitch, great breaking ball, Gary. Really took a lot off it.
The 1-1. A little low, ball 2, 2-1.
Creeker's bullpen visible to us, and already we see someone getting work, but maybe that's just what it is, just work.
Nice pitch there, good curve ball, evens it up at 2-2. Boy, it is still barely a breeze. Nice puffy clouds in the sky. Just reaching out to protect the plate. Down to Borton. Jimmy makes the play over to Jesse Borden for out number 2.
Get an example of Driscoll making hit your pitch. Really didn't get anything behind it and got the little dribble and then the nice hop on the last hop at short.
Here's Mark Bernhardt, the right fielder, comes in batting 200 with 8 base hits, a double, a triple, 3 runs scored, and 5 RBIs. Bernhardt played college ball right down the road at Lehigh University. Strike 1 to Mark. Slow curveball, waited on it, and punches it out into center field for a base hit. Good piece of hitting. Tried to change up on Bernhardt. And Dick, patience works when you're a batter.
Held back nicely. He just hits it straight up the middle, drops it in front of Rondella.
So a 2-out base runner is Mark Bernhardt for Jeremy Hawes. Hawes, the designated hitter, batting 143 on the season, with just 2 base hits, both singles, and a couple of runs scored. Hawes currently attending George Mason University. There goes the runner. And bunting for a base hit. Strike one. Don't know whether that was all about protecting the runner, but it was a great jump.
Oh,
Yeah.
great jump.
You get another look at it. That's a little confusing. There's 2 outs.
That's a little bit of surprise to me there. Well, the bunt was a surprise too, but you know, even if he's thrown out there, you got the guy leading off.
Till the 0-1 pitch.
Going again.
There he goes again. Eric will fire down the second base, and another good jump. That'll be a stolen base for Mark Bernhardt. So a runner in scoring position for the first time tonight for the Clippers.
Well, if they don't help me in the first, I'll do it myself in the second. Head first, easily in.
Bernhardt now tied for the team lead with 6 stolen bases. The count 0-2 to Hawes.
Briscoe steps off. Looking back a little bit.
Punched into right field. And a nice job of getting a good jump on the ball by Walbert. So he will pull down the line drive, and that will end the inning. As there were no runs, there was a base hit. There were no errors in the inning. 1 runner left on base. Through 2. Martins Creek 2. And the Lehigh Valley Clippers nothing. Stay with us.
The following free publications are available throughout the Lehigh Valley. The Employment Guide, Dreams, the Lehigh Valley Sports Extra, Gallery of Homes, Curious Parents, Harmon Homes, The Auto Shopper, The Apartment Guide, Pocono Real Estate Guide, The Home Improvement Guide, and The Apartment Finder. Pick up your copy in the exit foyer at your local Giant, Walmart, Valley Farm Market, Hollywood Video, Superfresh, Kmart, and Wawa. Distributed by INCS Distribution Services.
Faulkner Cadillac Chevrolet in Bethlehem has the selection.
The selection at Faulkner is simply incredible. There's so much to choose from.
Faulkner Cadillac Chevrolet has the savings.
I felt that the deal has always been fair, and quite honestly, I wouldn't go anyplace else.
Savings and selection without all the hassles. There is only one clear choice, Faulkner Cadillac Chevrolet.
If I knew someone that was looking for a car, I would definitely recommend Faulkner.
Thanks to RCN, you're connected to all these great Celtic Culture Alliance events like the Celtic Classic and the Winter Classic.
This is RCN TV, serving the greater Lehigh Valley and Delaware Valley areas.
Welcome back as we move to the top of the 3rd inning, and people meandering around here as that's a shot out in right field. Far away right field. Looks like somebody headed to the gym for a workout. Martins Creek will have a workout this week. They play Vinecrest on Friday and then Hellertown on Sunday. Lehigh Valley Clippers have starters at home on Thursday, and then they'll play against the Cardinals on Friday. Right now, top of the 3rd, batters 9, 1, and 2. So Dre Weiler will step in, batting 100 with 3 base hits, all singles, 2 runs scored, and an RBI.
Lefty Hanley, after giving up 2 in the first, went to a 1-2-3 inning. In the second, 2 Ks and a 4-3.
We're getting ready to start his 3rd inning of work as Mike Hanley. He's given up 2 base hits in the ball game, both in the first inning, both RBIs. As a team, the Creekers hit .316. They've been pretty awesome all year. The Clippers, in comparison, hitting only .257 as a team.
That nucleus we talked about Gary, in the pregame. Shows up there in those numbers.
Clippers are a team, Dick, that sort of had a philosophy of building with youth and playing a lot of young kids. And it seems like, I think if you look at the Blue Mountain League historically, it's the teams with the veterans that really are successful. There's a strike, 2-1.
Nine hitter up there. They didn't want to get behind, so it lays it in on 2-0.
Popped up, should be playable. Brett Bowman at first didn't see it. And then the long run by Andy Yencho, and he couldn't get to it. Brent never found the ball, as it really was, Dick, just about 10 feet from home plate.
You just don't want to give it up.
Andy made a check to see if anybody else was going after it. He couldn't get to it either.
2-2 we got.
So 2-2.
Seeing more and more of that in the bigs this year, Gary. Get to it.
He leaned, didn't swing.
Pitchers catching pop-ups.
I can never quite understand why they
don't. Yeah, they're perfect position.
And they're usually, you know, in growing up, they're usually the best athletes on the team. And that's inside and a little low. So there's that dangerous leadoff walk. It cost Hanley a run in the first. It's his second walk of the baseball game, and we'll turn the batting order over. As we'll go to the top of the order, Jim Borton, he got the other walk and scored a run in the first inning. Showed bunt, strike one to Borton.
Interesting there to see if something's on. Borton is a leadoff hitter, so you know he's good with the stick. A little bit of magic here.
Signals come from the dugout, not the third base coach. That's where Eric Schmidt is. So he gives the signals. And you see the lead. Around the bunt. This one is inside. 1-1.
1-1.
Pulls back, non-committal, evens the count. Good time to run if you want to.
Martins Creek is the only original team in the Blue Mountain League that's been there since the league began. It started in 1946, missed a few years, but they've been in the league for 53 seasons. Nobody can say that. Fakes the bunt, hits a chopper that has eyes and gets past Johnny Russo, and that'll put runners on first and second with nobody out. Boy, Dickey choked up and then slapped it in the hole.
Shows bunt. Able to come back. Get it right through the hole. Have that infield in the middle jumping around a little bit. And that does have eyes on its way to left.
So here's Joe Buba, and he may very well be laying the ball down now and try to put a couple of runners in scoring position for batters 3 and 4. Joey flied out to right field in the first. He's 0 for 1. He's around the bunt. And unable to field it. Now they might not get anybody. Yeah, they do get at first base. Buba, as the ball bobbled by Hanley, made a nice play after he finally recovered. But the sacrifice is successful.
Yeah.
Another look.
Hanley figured I got a shot here at third, and he did. Good shot. Then he kicked around. Now, that makes good recovery here. Close play at first. Sacrifice works. 1-3.
So now the meat of the order. Here's Brandon Leslie. Already has an RBI double and a run scored in the first inning. Hit a shot down the third base line, and he's got a couple of runners in scoring position with just one down. Curveball, nice stop by Bowman as he kept it in front of him. Ball one. First base is open, so you can be a little careful here with Leslie. Look at that stop.
Two 400 hitters in a row here, 3 and 4.
Leslie now with 27 base hits on the year. Fouls this one back. Goes to 1-1.
What's that one back, Gary? That was in the wheelhouse.
Leslie thinking catching up to Borden. Well, Borden stepped up and he got a base hit. Stayed 2 ahead of Leslie. Borden with 29 base hits now.
1 strike.
Thank you.
Ball's in play.
Good pitch, foul tip. Count goes 1-2. Good fastball.
We came with it. That's a challenge pitch, 3-hitter.
Right down the heart of the plate, too. Brandon would like to have that one back. Guys got up there in a hurry and got past him quickly. Here's the 1-2. Curveball punched, and it's going to be a foul ball. Boy, not by much. That one was right on the line. We don't have a very good angle from our standpoint. So take a good look at it here. It's close. Foul. Good call. When you only have 2 umpires, Dick, it's tough on those guys to make those calls. Larry Landino, that's his call behind home plate.
Yeah, perfect position to make it too. So certainly on that one, run the ball.
Fastball and staying alive. Reaching out, fouling it off. Count stays 1-2.
He's showing his whole arsenal here, Gary. Changing speeds, going up, coming down.
Ball's in play.
That ball hit hard. And it is not collected by John Russo. That'll get a run in. Johnny throws to third base, safe all around. And that'll be an RBI base hit for Brandon Leslie. His second base hit, his second RBI. And it's now 3-0. Another look.
2 for 2 on this one. Smoked pretty hard. Shortstop towards second base side. Trying to make a play at third in the advancement of the runner. Nothing at home. 1 scores, first and third.
And there's the lesson again. Walk the leadoff batter. Hanley's done it twice, and both times that leadoff batter has scored. So that brings up Jesse Borden. He got a base hit down the right field line and got an RBI. That was his 37th RBI of the year. Leslie just picked up his 14th. And that hit Jesse Borden in the shoulder, so he'll go down to first base. And that's going to load him up. Third base Borden, second base Leslie, first base Borden.
High and inside. Turns his head.
Boy, you reflect back on the foul ball that wasn't caught, Dick.
That's what I reflect back on immediately.
Little errors, and that's why some teams are 7-14 and others are 20-4. It's those little mistakes.
All communication, Gary.
Part of the coaching staff is Steve Geisel. He wears number 7 as he came out, do a little talking to Hanley. Andy Yencho is the manager, Brent Bowman and the other coach. Those 3 guys were all involved with Dan Moyer, who's handling our stats tonight in the player development program. So all good guys who got some pretty good tutelage from our own Dan Moyer. I just read what Dan told me to read there. So ball 1 to Brandon Nardella.
Well, Geisel with 2 wins last year, Gary, in the BML. They were both complete games.
Nardella hit a shot that ended up being a double play line drive to Andy Yencho. Here it is again. This time Yencho can't get to it. 1 run is in. The second run is coming in, and unable to catch the ball is Bowman. Otherwise, Bowman would have had Brandon Leslie at the plate, but both runs will score on a 2 RBI base hit by Nardella.
See it here. Good throw. Right on the money. Plenty of time, but a little bit of bobble at home plate, can't control.
So Borton scores the second run of the ball game. Leslie scores. And just like that, it's a 5-0 game.
After Leslie scored, Borden went to second. Nardella, of course, holds it first with 2 ribs.
That ball is popped up. Should be playable for Bernhardt. He'll make the catch and nobody will go anywhere. It's for the second out of the inning. So Borden on second, Nardella on first. And Kevin Walbert steps up with 2 down. Walbert struck out looking in the second inning. Low, ball 1. Parkland's ace, Joe Candelmo, is warming up in the bullpen. Had a great high school season. And that's low. Ball 2.
Parkland certainly had a pitching staff this year.
There you get a look at Candelmo, headed to Niagara University. Play baseball. 8th batter of the inning for the Creekers. And that's strike 1, 2-1. Dick, that cloud came over this inning the minute you walked the leadoff batter.
Absolutely. Interesting to note there that both walks scored.
There's ball 3. 3-1 now. Timeout called. Three hits in the inning, 3 runs in the inning, a hit by a pitch and a walk. Have all contributed to the 3-run third. Right down the pipe, fouled back. Count goes full. 3-2. Everybody will be moving, Richard.
And a little small ball sacrifice contributed to this half inning also.
Balls in play. Well, here's one of those situations. Everybody on the move. There go the runners. Pitch, back. We'll do it all over again.
Hey, Nardella's lazy. We run up somebody's heels.
What?
The 3-2.
That hit him. It's dead ball.
And I believe that hit him. That'll go down as a hit by a pitch. Take another look. Yep. So the second hit batsman in the inning moves everybody up a base. Borden to third, Nardella to second, and Jim Happel becomes the 9th batter of the inning. And I think, Dick, we're going to get a new pitcher. It will be Candelmo, Joey Candelmo of Parkland High School comes in. Joey has thrown 20 in a third innings. He's given up 20 base hits, 6 runs. 11 runs, 6 of them earned. He has walked 7, struck out 30, and that's his forte. He's got a good fastball. He comes in with a 1-2 record and a 2.07 ERA. So Joe Candelmo, number 12, comes in after Hanley goes 2 2/3 innings. And the 3 runners are certainly the responsibility of Mike Hanley. As you get a look at Mr. Gaughan, John Gaughan, out to watch a little baseball with his boys. John used to work for us. Enjoying a nice summer night.
Candelmo like Hanley, another lefty.
So Happel steps in, he grounded to second in the second. Has an opportunity here to blow this game wide open. Hanley's numbers to this point, 2 2/3 innings. He has given up 3 base hits, or gave up 3 base hits, 5 runs all earned. Walked 2, they both scored, struck out 2, and he hit 2.
Trouble with the odd innings. Second inning, 1, 2, 3.
Well, it'll be lefty against righty with the bases filled. 9th batter of the inning, stepping in for Martins Creek. Playoffs are a 3 out of 5 between the 1st and 4th place team and the 2nd and 3rd place team. Strike 1 to Happel.
There's a situation of if Candelmo wanting to get ahead, the Sox jammed, and Happel looking for that first pitch, and he fouls off a good pitch.
Hit hard, shortstop, it's through. 1 run is in, coming around and scoring the 2nd run. As a 2 RBI base hit for Happel. Borton scores, Nardella scores, and it's now 7-0 in favor of Martins Creek.
Hey, they're finding some holes just under the glove.
So give Happel his 13th RBI of the season. And we now have batted around as Gray Wheeler started this inning off with a walk, and he's back in the batter's box. Strike 1 on the foul ball.
All this after a pop-up goes astray, a foul pop-up. Then the walk, then the claps.
Used to have a manager, Dick, that always look back at the outs you didn't get and how it affected the whole game. Not just that inning, but the whole game. He would always harp about defensive plays that didn't happen. 1-1 now. Hit hard down to shortstop, gobbled up, long throw, and they won't get that one either. That'll be a base hit. John Russo thought maybe he could go to 3rd base, and that little hesitation cost him, as it'll be a base hit for Weiler.
See it here. A little bit in the hole he looks. That little hitch does cost it.
So guess what? They are loaded up again by the Creekers. Ball 1 to Jim Borton. He got a base hit. He scored a run. He now has 2 runs on the board. 3rd base Walbert. 2nd base Happel. 1st base Weiler. That ball's hit hard, and that's in the gap, and that's going to get another one in, and another one in. This one could clear the bases. Coming around strong is Wheeler. That will be a 3-run triple for Jim Borton. Oh my, the Creekers are laying a little lumber here in the 3rd.
Wow. Some shot finds the gap and clears them all.
Here we'll take another look at it, Dick. Jumping on that fastball, and believe me, Dick, you know, you might get away with a lot of those pitches in high school baseball, but these guys are veterans. they can hit the fastball.
That was outside and up, Gary.
And they jumped all over that one. Here's a chopper down to Bennett. He'll make the play. And finally, the Creekers are retired. It might take us a while here to add up all the numbers. In the inning, I think they get 8 runs. Is that right? 8 runs. They do it on 6 base hits. There were no errors in the inning, maybe a few mental errors, and 1 runner left on base. At the end of 3 1/2, it's 10-0 Creekers.
2 walks, 2 hit by pitch.
And hard to pick out the biggest blow, but certainly the 3 RBI triple by Borton was big. Embassy Bank with us tonight. Call or stop in today to experience Embassy Bank's unique customer-focused philosophy. With Embassy Bank on your team, you'll hit a home run every single time. Attentive one-to-one service, innovative customized banking solutions, local decision-making. Go to www.embassybank.com for all of their services. They are banking without borders. It's the Lehigh Valley. It's Embassy Bank. Braun and Turco with us tonight. Auto insurance, home insurance, business insurance, and life insurance. They're all available as they all come from Bob Turco and Russ Braun, providing the highest quality insurance products and customer service since 1947. They're located at 1501 South 4th Street in Allentown, 610-797-5828. Proud supporters of the Blue Mountain League. Wow, what an inning.
Talked a little bit about Driscoll coasting with a 2-run lead. Whew. Make that double figures now.
And it may shorten, Dick, his stay on the mound. So, Dick, 5 of those runs are charged to Hanley in that inning. And 3 runs are charged to Candelmo. As we go to the bottom of the 3rd, and John Russo steps in. Russo looks at a strike. Strike 1.
First appearance on the evening for Mr. Russo.
Foul ball. And the count 0-2.
This could have been the most distasteful situation in baseball, Gary. Score 8 runs, come out and walk the 9-hitter. Oh, why managers get great.
1-2. But instead, Driscoll comes out and throws 2 quick strikes. Don't believe they have any kind of 15-run rule or 10-run rule in the Blue Mountain League. I think they play them out. Not 100% sure of that. Try to check on it. There's a strikeout swinging. Again, there's that slow curveball, Dick. That seems to be the pitch of the day. Strikeout number 2.
10 runs to play with. 2-strike count. The batter have him in a hole. Why not?
Top of the order, Andrew Hurd steps in. He's 0 for 1, grounded to short in the 1st. As we suspected, there is no shortened version of a game, no matter what the score is. Up high, ball 1. Dick alluded to the fact that all you want to do now is throw strikes. Even the best batters with strikes only get 1 hit every 3 times at bat. That ball's hit hard. That's jacked out in the center field. Nardella on the run. He can't get to it. 1 hop against the wall. And that will be a stand-up double. Nope. How about going for 3? Good throw, but a little high. Really a lot of juice on that throw from Jim Borton. But the throw was just a bit high, and that will be a triple by Andrew Hurd. Oh, did he jump all over that pitch?
Yeah, we heard that crack, Gary. That's probably the biggest crack of the day. Here she goes, dead center. Nardella thought he had a shot at this. Just couldn't catch up with it. Over his left shoulder.
Well, they've had a hit in every inning, have the Clippers. They haven't been able to get anybody across the plate. Here's Derek Moyer, strikeout victim in the 1st, 0 for 1. Up the middle, that should get a run in. Gobbled up by Borton. Jimmy will make the play to first base. And that will be an RBI for Derek Morton. That'll be his 8th of the season. And scoring the run is Andrew Hurd.
Shutout, totally unimportant. Let's get the outs now.
2 down. And we move to Andrew Fair, who got a base hit, infield base hit, that slow roller. Strike 1. That just never got to Joe Buba. By the time he got to it, he couldn't make the play.
Fair swings over that slow breaking ball.
Punches this one out into left field. Oh, and a goal, it's dropped. Looked like he made the great play. Coming up with it, now there'll be a little bit of a discussion. Oh, I didn't think he caught that ball. They're going to call him out. We'll take another look at it, but I think this is a base hit. I thought I saw the ball roll along the ground. Oh, yeah, it's out of the glove. Great job by Jim Happel. Jimmy Happel, as he will win an Oscar for that play. It'll officially go down as a line drive to left field for the 3rd out of the inning. 1 run on 1 base hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. 3 are in the books, and it's 10-1 Martins Creek. Starters Pub is with us tonight, and they've got their trivia question. Starters Pub, of course, 3 great locations. Route 378 in Bethlehem, and then, of course, at 17 West 2nd Street, that's Starters Riverport. And then now Starters Clubhouse. Had lunch there the other day. What a great place to go and have lunch, food, dinner, anything, just a good time at Starters Clubhouse Grill at the Bethlehem Golf Club on Illicks Mill Road. Here is our Starters Trivia question of the night. Only one player has 500 or more hits with 4 different Major League Baseball teams. Can you name that player? Got over 500 hits with 4 different teams. Only one guy has done it. We'll have that answer for you shortly. Right now, I'm going to turn it over to that other guy. Here's Chris Michael to sit in for innings 5, 6, or 4, 5, and 6. Chris?
All right, thanks, Gary. Just to be compared with the other guy when you mentioned the guy that's going to be the answer to the trivia question. An excellent pinch hitter, as I remember. Well, usually I come on, it's a nice 1-0 game, and I turn the mic over to Gary, and it's 12-2, and he says, what'd you do to the game? But today I'm kind of in mop-up role coming in here, as we have a 10-1 ball game, top half of the 4th inning, and the heart of the Creekers orders coming up, and Brandon Leslie, Jesse Borden, and Brandon Nardella each scored in that top of the 3rd inning, which they batted around 8 runs, came across on 6 hits, breaking the game open. And Joe Gandelmo, on for his first full inning of work, came in with 2 outs in the top half of the 3rd inning.
Looks like we have a change here, man.
Either that or they're making a few comments about that last play in the outfield. Larry Bowie used to do that. He'd come out to say one thing, and then next thing you know, he's arguing about a play that had happened previous to that.
Yeah, you talk about lapses, Chris. This game a lot closer if we wouldn't have had some control lapses, a couple chasing the ball lapses.
Garrity in the 5th spot. All right, here we go.
And the Clippers are making a change, and you would think if the score stays the same way, we might see several changes over the next few innings. Cantelmo on to pitch to Leslie, and it goes over the glove of Viencho for the 2nd time today. And an infield single for Brandon Leslie here to lead off the 4th. That might not even be Yencho. That is Kyle Garrity. Garrity is now at first base. Leif Ikram is now behind the plate. Try to find out if that's a straight up change or where they're batting in the order in a moment. Leslie's on at first base with the leadoff single. Jesse Borden steps in, was hit by a pitch in that 3rd inning, scored a run. And he singled and knocked in a run back in the 1st inning. And both times Mike Hanley looked like they were trying to bust Borden inside. They got behind Borden in the count in the 1st inning, allowed that hit. And then the 2nd time he faced him, he got too far inside and hit him in the upper body area. There's Leslie leading off at first base. Krieger's leading by 9. Doubtful that Leslie will be taking off anywhere.
Yeah, those 2 hit by pitch certainly did not help in that 8-run inning.
Stretch in the 1-1. That misses low. 2 balls and 1 strike.
So we have Bowman out of the game and we have Yenchu out of the game.
Leaf Ikram, a switch hitting catcher. And they'll try C. Fielded there at shortstop by Russo to second, 1 over to first in time to turn the double play.
And the neighborhood play at second there, Chris. That's a real good play. First of all, the stop is unbelievable. Look at this. In time. Ooh, call it for 6-4-3.
Russo's seen some tough hops over for the first baseman by the Clippers tonight. First Yencho and then Garrity get eaten alive by hard hops off the turf. This time they turn it for 2 outs. Brendan Nardella steps in. Singled his last time up, knocked in 2 runs. Takes one over for a strike after taking one wide. 1 ball and 1 strike to Nardella.
We've seen some bad hops, especially on the first base side.
Fastball misses upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. You guys were talking earlier about the Clippers and their youth movement. A lot of younger players on the team. With the playoffs not a possibility now. Let's see how some of these younger players perform. Ramp up for next year. And Delmo winds, 3-1 pitch. Just low for ball 4. That is his first walk issued tonight. And Nardella's a 2-out base runner for Eric Schmidt.
First batter on via a bad bounce single. Wipe him out with a double. Now come right back with another base on balls.
Schmidt flied out to right field. His last time up. Nardella has good speed, but he's off to a short lead here. As we mentioned, 10-1 on the scoreboard, and the first pitch misses for ball 1. Sun's coming back out here. The clouds had kind of taken over the last few innings. Sun is back out. That pitch is over. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. And still no breeze here at Butts Field.
Very still.
The kick in the 1-1. Chopper up the middle. Coming in hard as Russo makes the flip to second, and that will end the inning. Fielder's choice for Eric Schmidt. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on. No errors in the inning. Through 3.5. Creekers lead 10-1.
In the new ad, I need to say ABE Car Care Center is the best for tune-ups, brakes, mufflers, and inspections.
Wonder where Punkin is.
Well, let's give him a call.
We can do that.
Hello.
Punkin, where are you at?
Why, I'm over here at the new ABE Car Care Center building. I want to make sure I'm here for the grand opening and be the first one in line for the coffee and donuts.
That won't be open for a while yet, you dumb bunny.
ABE Car Care Centers.
From digital quick print full color printing on our Heidelberg Quickmaster DI to long run 4 and 5 color printing on our new 5 color Heidelberg Speedmaster with inline aqueous coating. Harmony Press's digital press technicians have the experience to prepare your files for direct-to-press technology. Our full binary services complement your quality color job with folding, stitching, die cutting with any finished services needed to complete your jobs. Harmony Press, family owned and operated in the Lehigh Valley for over 50 years.
You're connected to something more.
Thanks to RCN, you're connected to Dream Come True.
This is RCN TV, serving the greater Lehigh Valley and Delaware Valley areas.
Back at Butts Field in Center Valley. Creekers out to a 10-1 lead as we head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Leif Eikram and Kyle Garrity, who made defensive appearances in the top half of this inning, we believe are scheduled to lead off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Following is Ryan Bennick, the third baseman. It's nice when you're the manager and you get a game like this, you just take yourself out. You don't have to worry about getting thrown out or going up and begging for some time. Just the head coach and the assistant coach can kind of sit back and watch these younger players.
I believe you were right, Chris, because there's Eikram going up to the dish, and he did come in for Brent Bowman.
Eikram is listed as a switch hitter. Batting here from the left-hand side off the righty Ryan Driscoll, who has scattered 3 hits through the first 3 innings. Lines the first pitch, swinging over breaking ball is Eikram. No balls and 1 strike.
I said to Gary, early he was able to Driscoll was able to just toy with batters after, that early 2-run lead. Now when they patted on 8, he can do anything he wants out there, as long as his teammates say throw strikes.
Eikram batting 132, has an RBI, 4 runs scored. It's behind in the count, 0-2. That pitch just misses inside. Watching Ryan the first inning right behind home plate, pitching coaches will stress that the arm angle and the way you release a ball between the fastball and the breaking ball has to be there, otherwise you're tipping off the batters. It doesn't look like there's any difference between the curveball and the fastball. Right, same spot, same arm angle, no little tricks either way.
Do it all with the same change of speed, huh? That's the secret to that. What was that? That strikeout pitch, the changeup.
Pitch misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Creekers are getting some bullpen action. 2-2 pitch is chopped to the second baseman. Buba in, throws over in time for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th.
Should be Garrity. It is. Garrity has 53 at-bats. Right up there with the team leaders on the season.
Batting .269. Couple RBIs, 6 runs scored, 1 double. He bats from the right-hand side. Driscoll ready, full windup. And the first pitch to Garrity. Breaking ball misses low, ball 1. With the big lead, Driscoll probably would like to stay in through 5, get the win, take a couple innings off. Kick in the 1-0 pitch. Right at the knees, 1-1.
1-1. Control pitcher. Put it where you want.
Robbie Williams was in the original starting lineup to start for Creekers. He's 7-0, and they replaced him with Driscoll, who's also 7-0.
It's not bad. 2-1. Geez, I got to take my 7-0 guy out of there tonight. What will you put in? 7-0.
Great strikeout to walk ratio, 36-8 in 43 innings thrown.
That's what I look at, Chris.
2-1 pitch. This is low and away. Another stat that I like, a more recent stat, is the whip. Walks and hits per innings pitched. Ryan Driscoll, 1.1. I know at the majors they say anything under 1.3 nowadays is pretty good. And Ryan's at just over 1.1 right now. 3-1 pitch is grounded to the shortstop Barton. Long throw across is in time for out number 2.
So Driscoll with 2 more ground balls. Let's count those. One lasting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 ground balls. Outs.
2 flyouts.
And that one, that hopper to second, that wasn't charged properly. What 8 of the 9 outs, 8 of the outs via the ground ball.
Ryan Bennick steps to the plate, grounded out to short his first time up, takes a fastball low for ball 1. Creekers with 2 runs in the first, 8 in the third. Clippers answered back with 1 run in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Driscoll's fallen behind one of the few times today, 2-0.
That one got away from him, Chris. He just wanted to remember that off-speed stuff. Breaking ball, and it just got away.
Windup and the 2-0 pitch. Fly ball right center field. Nardella moving over and calling for it, and making the catch is Kevin Walbert, the right fielder, to retire the side. 1-2-3 inning. First time that Driscoll has not allowed a base runner here in the fourth. No runs, no hits, none left on through 4 full innings. It's 10-1. RVZ Rad Realtors, one of our great sponsors tonight. George Rad, Chris Rad, and Greg Rad, and Dave Rooney Realtor. Give them a call at 610-433-5551. They do residential, commercial, industrial, multifamily investments, and new construction. Family owned and operated for over 45 years. Located at 1505 South 4th Street in Allentown. The number again, 610-433-5551. And Braun and Turco Insurance, one of our sponsors. We'll tell you more about them later on. Edge Transportation, door to door since '84, providing same day and overnight transportation service to New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, the District of Columbia, Virginia, West Virginia, and Connecticut. Edge Transportation handles LTL, truckload service, inside deliveries, and liftgate services. For reliable, efficient transportation service, call 1-800-388 EDGE. That's 1-800-388-3343. Remember, Edge Transportation, door to door since '84.
Kevin Walbert lead off here in the fifth, Chris. Unusual for him. Hasn't touched the ball tonight. You have a hit by pitch, and you have a Casey hit as an RBI.
I mentioned Creekers had some bullpen action earlier. I'm still waiting for him to turn around to see who he is. Yeah, there we go, number 15. That would be Nick Bowen from Allen.
Oh, new one here, Chris.
Actually, we're told that's Omar Torres. Nick Bowen is hurt right now. So Torres, who has the uni number of 1, is apparently wearing 15, at least in the bullpen. We might see some action later on. Kevin Walbert at the plate.
No, this Torres is batting for Walbert, Chris.
Oh, that would explain the uniform then. So Torres batting. So I was right. That's probably Bowen. I'm playing my own game.
No, that happens quite easily in romps.
Torres grounds out for his first at bat.
Another one.
No, yeah, Jim Happel was the scheduled hitter.
Ball.
And I don't see a 24 on the Creekers roster. We're told that is Happel, so he's now wearing 24. I feel like I'm in a spring training game all of a sudden.
Mr. Turns his jersey.
Come on.
So we've had 2 uniform changes tonight. Pitch on the inside corner, 2 balls and 1 strike to Happel.
1 strike.
Well, we do know Lefty Condelmo is still on the mound.
And thank goodness he's still wearing number 12.
Ball. 21.
Gave up a hit and a walk in the last inning, but did not allow a run. Thanks to that nice double play ball turned by the Clipper infield.
We got to start checking the on deck circle, Chris. Make sure we're ready for some of these changes.
You know, I was looking down that way and no one's out there right now.
Ball.
Actually, it's going to be Weiler. Weiler's
so far.
Yeah, he's perfect so far. A hit, a walk, 2 runs scored. Indelmo, wind up, 3-2 pitch. Chopper foul. Foul. There's the foul call.
Happel with a 2-run single in his last at bat. Found a hole in the shortstop side.
Apple singled and knocked in a couple runs back in that 3rd inning. He was the 9th man to come to the plate. Changeup missed high, and a walk for Jim Apple, the 1-out base runner.
Yeah, there's one.
And Weiler will step to the plate.
The Barge.
Look at that pinch hitting role on Torres. Real good year last year, 350 plus.
Labarge. Running.
Jeff Labarge is going to be the runner at first base for Happel.
Hey, ball's in play.
Tyler with an infield hit back in the 3rd inning. I've got everything going.
Yeah,
actually, that was his last that was his 2nd at bat. He started with a walk in the inning. And then that infield single. Labarge somehow got under the tag.
Let's see this one, Chris.
Oh, he's leaning.
Oh, it has him leaning.
More leaning.
1 strike in here.
He was halfway to Hellertown. 0-1 pitch. Hey, you never want to come into a game and get picked off.
No, oh heavens no. Oh, they are all over you.
Weiler now behind, 0-2.
Time is out. Time.
Labarge a little shorter lead this time.
We play.
Breaking ball misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Weiler.
But they're pretty serious down that bullpen, Chris. That lefty. We might see a change for Driscoll.
Jim Borden is in the on-deck circle for the Creekers. And we'll stay in for at least one more half inning as Weiler fouls him down the first base side. Barge, the pinch runner at first, 1 down here in the top of the 5th.
Ball's in play.
Creekers up by 9. Stretch in the 2-1. Excuse me, 1-2 pitch, and he waves over a curveball.
Good breaking ball, real good.
First strikeout by Ken Delmo. 2 outs here in the 5th.
So again, the 1st and 3rd batter as we watch Candelmo break that one low and inside. 1st and 3rd outs, and again, walk interrupts it. Thus far, has not hurt him this inning.
Jim Borden, his 4th plate appearance. Unofficially, he's gotten a single, a triple, a walk, scored twice, and has plated 3 runs.
1 ball.
1 ball, no strikes to Borden.
Up the corner.
1-1.
1 ball and 1 strike to Borden.
Time. Heads up.
The ball got loose from the bullpen.
One. Play.
Ray Snyder, former Blue Eagle pitcher, is the man warming up down there. Thankful he let one fly. The ball got loose, and I finally got to see it turn around. And he's warming up. Might see some action later on. Candelmo's pitch. Chopper right back to him. Makes the flip over to first, and that will retire Borden and the Creekers here in the top of the 5th. Back-to-back innings, Creekers do not score. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. And we'll head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Creekers still out in front, 10-1. Hit a home run with Embassy Bank of the Lehigh Valley, your home team delivering its customer-first approach and setting a whole new standard for banking in the Lehigh Valley. As your community bank, we are committed to attentive one-to-one service, innovative customized banking solutions, local decision-making. Call or stop in today to experience Embassy Bank's unique customer-focused philosophy. With Embassy Bank on your team, you'll hit a home run every time. Give them a call, 610-882-8800. And Braun & Turco Insurance, providing the highest quality insurance products and customer service since 1947. We proudly support Blue Mountain League Baseball. Give them a call at 610-797-5828 for all of your auto, home, business, and life insurance needs. Located 1501 South 4th Street in Allentown.
Question number 1 answered. Driscoll does come back to answer the bell for inning number 5. Lefty Snyder continues to warm up in the bullpen.
And Labarge will stay in the game and replace Jim Happel in left field. Driscoll has thrown 52 pitches so far. 36 have gone for strikes. Omar Torres will also stay in the game and take over in right field. Nardella stays in center. Hasn't really been a factor today, but the Clippers have a very speedy outfield. Fair, Hurd, and Bernhardt all can fly. Hurd took over the all-time DeSales stolen base record this year, and Fair and Bernhardt are also right now among the team leaders in stolen bases. Bernhardt, first pitch swinging up the middle, fielded by Borden, and a 1-pitch out here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Something you don't always see in a 10-1 ball game, especially when you're on the losing end.
First pitch swing. Bernhardt with good speed. We witnessed that.
Jeremy has the designated hitter next up for the Clippers. One down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Driscoll, his last hit allowed was a triple to Andrew Hurd back in the 3rd. Speaking of the Clippers outfielder's speed. He came in to score the only run of the night for the Clippers tonight. Winding the first pitch. He is first pitch swinging and fouls it out of play.
Yeah, they figure he's going to aim that thing now. Get it across. Pitch strikes.
I always hated being the 3rd hitter in the inning when you have two first pitch, because you know you can't swing. So the pitcher can just drop it right through there. It's a no-win situation. Here's a little chopper. Fielded by the 3rd baseman Weiler. Long throw across. Bounces it over there in time to retire Haas. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th.
Driscoll, I'll throw it, get him to pound it in the dirt. You see it here. Goes to the shortstop side. Call that stretch, huh?
Take away the hop, he might have got him. John Russo steps to the plate, a strikeout victim. His last time up, he swings to the first pitch and fouls it down the 3rd base side. Mentioned Driscoll has not fallen behind many hitters tonight. The only one, in fact, he did fall behind was Garrity in the 4th inning when he went to 3 balls with him. Big changeup, swing and a miss by Russo. 0-2 to the shortstop.
He's given up 1 hit in the 1st, 2nd, and 4th. Chris, his only perfect inning so far is 3rd. He's working on that right now after he retires the first 2 and is ahead on John Russo.
I think his first hit allowed was an infield single.
It was. That was one we thought should have been fielded.
Bernhardt's hit and Hurd's hit was solid.
Ball.
Well, turned that one over and bounced it up there. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Russo. Eric Schmidt still in the ball game.
What we got? 1-2.
10-1 lead. Still staying behind the plate. Temperature still probably in the 80s or high 70s. Driscoll winds and the 1-2 pitch. Pop foul out of play. So Russo making Driscoll work a bit here with 2 outs in the 5th.
Phase 1-2.
Looking for the 15th out for Driscoll. Chris, and 9 of those have come on ground balls now. 4 of the last 6. Ball.
Pitch misses inside. 2-2. The Blue will play at the Cardinals on Friday following a game against starters on Thursday. They lost to the Cardinals back in their only playoff appearance back in 2005 after making the playoffs for the first time and lost in the first round to MCS Cardinals.
Second, third ball count.
Driscoll back on the mound. The windup and the 3-2 pitch. Changeup fouled back our way.
Really? Base full.
Snyder continuing to warm in the Creekers bullpen. You'd think Driscoll gets this hitter, gets out of the inning, and gets the win, and Snyder may come on for the final two. 3-2 pitch is hit right in the hole between the first baseman Borden and Joe Buba, the second baseman, and Russo has a 2-out hit.
That's a no-doubter. Boy, that's equidistant between second and first baseman. Solid shot.
Andrew Hurd will step to the plate, tripled his last time up, and scored the Clippers' only run tonight. Also grounded out to the shortstop back in the first inning. Driscoll gets the first pitch over for strike one.
Again, Driscoll's main intent right now, just throw strikes, stay ahead of the hitters.
Another broken bat, little looper into shallow left, and it will fall in for a base hit. Stopping at second is John Russo. Andrew Hurd, his second hit of the ball game. And the Clippers now with 2 on and 2 out for Derek Moyer.
This one really plunks. Before you hear this one, sounds like a hollow log there. There's the effort by the shortstop running out. Don't believe, well, I don't think you get a glove on it, Chris.
Brian Driscoll's done a really solid job of pitching in a blowout game, keeping his focus. Sometimes you worry about pitchers being too careful, just getting that pitch over. And up until now, Driscoll has been in control. First time he's allowed 2 base runners in an inning. Derek Moyer grounded out to second and struck out tonight. Takes one over for strike one.
Russo advances to second on that. No sense even trying for third when you're 9 down. Need runners.
Here's a look at Russo away from second. Hurd at first.
Sure didn't feel bad.
Breaking ball misses high. Russo, an all-area morning call player at Southern Lehigh. In high school, had a 4.48 career average. And we mentioned Hurd also with good speed. With the score, they're not able to do much running tonight. Stretch in the 1-1. This ball is hit into right center field. It's going to find some open spaces. Rounding third and coming in to score is Russo. Throw to third is going to be late. Stopping at first with an RBI single is Derek Moyer. And now it's a 10-2 ball game.
Opposite field shot. Second consecutive little blooper. This one just no one going to catch up, Chris. Drops in that no man's line. Good retrieve by Nardella, but not to get the runner.
Nardella tried to get that ball in quickly, but Hurd with the speed got to third, and now the Clippers have runners at the corners and 2 outs for Andrew Farrer. Andrew lined out to left field. It was ruled a catch. And here's a little chopper to the first baseman Borden. Steps on the bag, and that will retire the side. For the Clippers in the bottom of the 5th inning, they score a run on 3 hits. No errors, 2 men left on base. Through 5 full innings, Creekers lead 10-2.
The following free publications are available throughout the Lehigh Valley. The Employment Guide, Dreams, the Lehigh Valley Sports Extra, Gallery of Homes, Curious Parents, Harmon Homes, The Auto Shopper, The Apartment Guide, Pocono Real Estate Guide, The Home Improvement Guide, and The Apartment Finder. Pick up your copy in the exit foyer at your local Giant, Walmart, Valley Farm Market, Hollywood Video, Superfresh, Kmart, and Wawa. Distributed by INCS Distribution Services.
Faulkner Cadillac Chevrolet in Bethlehem has the selection.
The selection at Faulkner is simply incredible. There's so much to choose from.
Faulkner Cadillac Chevrolet has the savings.
I felt that the deal has always been fair, and quite honestly, I wouldn't go anyplace else.
Savings and selection without all the hassles. There is only one clear choice, Faulkner Cadillac Chevrolet.
If I knew someone that was looking for a car, I would definitely recommend Faulkner.
Welcome back to Butts Field on the campus of DeSales University. Gary Laubach joining us for color commentary for the next inning. I'm Chris Michael. And Dick Tracy will be doing his wind sprints out in the outfield now. And time to answer the starters pub trivia question of the night. Only one player has 50 or more hits with each of 4 different Major League Baseball teams. 500. I only had 50, so I know everybody.
Yeah, can
500.
you imagine over 500 hits with 4 different teams, Chris?
Name that one player. I remember him as an awesome pinch hitter with the Mets, and that was Rusty Staub. Detroit, Houston, Montreal, and New York, and he was pretty much a part-time player with the Mets.
He had 720 hits with the Mets. He had 792 hits with Houston, and then just a measly 531 with Montreal and 582 with Detroit. Rusty Staub, the only one to ever do that. And back then, what, Houston was the Colt 45s?
Yes.
Not the Astros, right?
Yep. He came back with the Mets and always seemed to come in 8th or 9th inning when they needed a hit as a pinch hitter and always seemed to get the job done. Top half of the 6th inning here between the Creekers and the Clippers. Joe Buba, the scheduled leadoff hitter, and he steps in. Grounded out to third, popped out to shallow right, and sacrificed tonight. And the first pitch misses low for ball 1.
The whole game came down to a 12-batter 3rd inning. The Creekers sent 12 people to the plate, and they plated 8 of them.
8 of those runs coming off Mike Hanley. This ball is hit well to left field, coming in and making the catch is Ferrer in left, 1 down.
Yeah, this is a hard line drive. Ferrer gets a nice jump on it, and he makes a good grab here. He's got to go down to get it, and that's a nice diving catch. Nice job.
Joe Cantelmo allowed 2 runners to score when he came in that 3rd inning, but since is not allowed to run it across. Brendan Leslie steps to the plate, singled his last time up.
Actually, I had him responsible for 3 runs. Happel, Weiler, and
Borden would be the 3rd.
That's it. You're right.
Fly ball to right field. Bernard can't get it, and it's going to roll to the fence. On his way to second is Leslie, and he's going to keep on going, rounding second. Here comes the throw. They missed the cutoff man, and the ball will not get to third base. So Leslie with a triple, completing a perfect day for him.
4 for 4 on the night. 2 runs scored, and maybe a 3rd coming up, and 2 RBIs, and he jumps all over this one, over the head of Bernhardt. Then he's got the long run to catch up to it. Then he bobbles it, and all of that leads to a triple, and a hustling to third base is Brandon Leslie.
And Bernhardt's the fence. He's looking right into the sun. You saw him come kind of sideways and then curl back at the last minute, but it was over his head. Jesse Borden steps to the plate. He singled, been hit by a pitch, and grounded into a double play. Candelmo winds. Swing a foul right at the plate. Got a piece of Borden.
Lest you think the Creekers are relaxing because they have this big lead. How about that swing, Chris, by Jesse Borden? If he catches all of that, it's somewhere out of DeSales University. He really took a rip. I don't think Jesse could play for the Yankees, could he, with that haircut and beard?
Well, Johnny Damon shaved it off.
Yeah.
Randy Johnson shaved it. Come on, Jess. Borden fouls one out of play, 0-2.
Balls in play.
I was all set for Dick to tell the umpires what time the game had to end so that he could go home and see the last All-Star game played at Yankee Stadium. And I remember there's no lights here, so he's safe. Popped up, shallow left center field, and coming in is Hurd to make the catch. Runner's going to try to tag, and then the throw gets loose. But Leslie cannot advance, so there's 2 outs, and Borden frustrated with himself, kicking the dirt over there, that he did not get that ball a little bit deeper in the outfield.
Nice job by Candelmo as he backed up the catcher. Again, people doing what they're supposed to do. The game right now a little bit out of reach, but everybody's still doing the fundamental things, and the throw home bounced over Ikram's head, and there was Candelmo to hang on to it.
Nardella steps to the plate, walked his last time up. Singled and knocked in a pair of runs back in the 3rd inning.
Brandon's dad, Perry, an outstanding basketball official here watching the game tonight. He told me he just enjoys watching the Creekers play.
A lot of big names here today. There's no bleachers, but a lot of people setting up the folding chairs watching tonight's game.
Patch is here. He doesn't miss a Creekers game.
2-1.
O.R. Pacioli. You know, he was a batting champion in 1947. He hit .426. He hit .402 and 53, .405 and 56. And from 65 to 75, he was president of this league.
2-1 pitch is fouled back.
Speaking of presidents, Chris, Eric Charles is sitting right behind home plate, to our right. He, the current president of the Blue Mountain League.
And he gets the luxury box seat, the only one right behind the plate. Everyone else is back either well behind home plate on the hill or down by the tree in right field.
As it should be for the Blue.
Has a little cup holder with a drink there. Finest but bottled water. Misses upstairs. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Nardella. Eric Schmidt, the manager, waiting on deck.
Eric's the one guy that's had a tough night tonight. He's 0 for 3. Just about everybody else. Joe Bubo 0 for 3, but he got a sacrifice.
Right back to the box, fielded nicely by Candelmo, and he throws out Nardella to retire the side. Now, Creekers denied an extra run here in the top half of the 6th inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on base.
Time for the Blue Mountain League Report every week. It's brought to you by Grumpy's Barbecue Roadhouse. Visit Grumpy's on 3000 Mock Chunk Road in Mechanicsville for the Lehigh Valley's only real wood pit barbecue. Grumpy's features lunch, dinner, Tuesday through Sunday in a family-friendly atmosphere. You like ribs? How about Cajun chicken? Well, how about steak sandwiches, burgers, salads? All of that's at Grumpy's. They are a proud sponsor of the Blue Mountain League. Let's see what's cooking in the Grumpy's Barbecue Roadhouse Blue Mountain League Report. Chris, we already alluded to the fact that the top 4 seem pretty well set. It will be 1 against 4, 2 against 3 when they get to the playoffs. And Lineport now 10 games out of first. The Cards are 10 games out of first. That makes them 5 games out of 4th. So, Chris, it's difficult. It's the haves and the have-nots this year in the Blue Mountain League.
Yeah, Lineport had a tough game against Martins Creek the other night, a 2-0 loss. They held them to 4 hits, and that would have been a nice win if they could have picked them up, but could not do so. They lost that game. And just about everyone else there, you see Clippers and Easton Falcons and the Giants all out of playoff range.
Ray Snyder, Chris, has entered as you predicted he would.
Pitched for the Blue Eagles in high school, and we'll give you his numbers. For the Creekers so far this year, has a 3-2 record. Has pitched in 28 2/3 innings. His ERA has 5.86. He struck out 22, walked 19, and allowed 25 runs and 34 hits.
Ryan Driscoll with a good night, Chris, as he goes 5 innings, gives up 6 hits, a couple of runs. Both of them were earned. Didn't walk anybody, struck out a couple. So another good solid effort, and he's in a terrific position to go to 8-0 on the year.
And just to repeat, no walks tonight, which is so important, especially when you have a big lead like this.
He's not a strikeout pitcher. I mean, he only got 2 strikeouts, but he kept the ball around the plate. He kept the batters off balance. And it's not, it's a little easier, Chris, to pitch with a 10-2 lead.
We mentioned Leif Ikram is a switch hitter, batted from the left-hand side his last time up and grounded out to second. He'll bat from the right-hand side this time, batted from the left side his first time up. And he'll be followed by Kyle Garrity and Ryan Beddick here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And last week we had a 3-2 ball game, but I was more impressed by all the people that came up with little bits of information saying what a great pitcher you were for Hellertown and one of the all-time greatest. Today I've only seen one bit of information, that little program that had highlighted your pitching expertise.
Well, people are pretty nice. I mean, people that are out there researching my Blue Mountain League career. It's pretty nice of them to do that. One of my fellow teammates, George Cobb, was nice enough to go back and check it out. And Dan Moyer just said over the headset, and that was probably it. George even said in his note, for those who didn't believe you were a good pitcher, here are the numbers.
1-2 pitch. One hopper. Actually, it stays down and goes right through the legs of Joe Buba. That'll be the first error of the ball game.
Believe it or not, yeah, it's our first error with all these runs scored. And Joe that time did what he did in the first inning. He really didn't charge the ball here, and that's kind of what you want to do. When you wait for it, you sometimes have a problem. That infield's been tough all night, though. As we mentioned, it was soaking wet most of the day here today, and then the guys worked on it for hours to get it in some kind of playing condition.
Creekers will now play for 2. Garrity steps in, and the first pitch misses. 1 ball, no strikes. Garrity grounded out to short in his only plate appearance. Actually, they're moving the second baseman over. They may just forget about the double play here. Swing and a miss. 1-1.
We saw Ray Snyder in his Legion days and his high school days. Good pitcher. Another community college guy. This team just laden with NCC players.
Swing and a miss. 1-2 to Garrity.
1-2.
Creekers with that big lead in the Blue Mountain League standings. They can kind of pace themselves and set up their rotation to go into the playoffs over the next few weeks. Make sure no one gets overworked.
As I mentioned earlier, they right now dealing with a little bit of an injury to Nick Bowen. They do expect him to be back, and that has sort of disrupted the rotation a little bit, Chris. But again, as you mentioned, they've got themselves a nice little pad.
Full count 32.
With only, after tonight, only 7 games to play.
Snyder missed the 2-2 pitch and kind of took a little walk after throwing that ball. Snyder with the hat kind of off-centered. 3-2 pitch, swinging a foul tip. He struck him out. First strikeout for Snyder. 1 down here in the 6th.
Take another look at it. Just a good pitch on the outside part of the plate. Great location. And got a nick. Did Garrity, but right into the glove of Eric Schmidt.
Ryan Bennick now steps in 0 for 2. Grounded out to short and flied out to right. Runner at first, 1 down. Ball. And a curveball inside for ball 1. Pitch bounces up there.
2 ball.
Now Ray was a student of mine when I was student teaching at Nazareth. I'm trying to figure out, does he file into that hard throwing left-hander that you guys talked about earlier, or the soft tosser? He's a hard thrower, but
yeah, I think he's actually in between. I don't think he overpowers people, but he's a good location pitcher. He has a decent curveball.
And he likes to fool around a little bit too, so he might fill into that 3rd category for lefties. Bennick strokes one to center field, second base runner of the inning, first hit. And Clippers with 2 men on and 1 out for Mark Bernhard.
There was a pretty good example of it. I mean, that was a pitch that didn't have a lot of velocity on it, and jumped on by Bennick for the base hit.
It looks like the Clippers will send up a pinch hitter. Number 51. The only 51 I know is Randy Johnson.
That's Mark Bernhard. Another uniform change. Yeah.
Clippers have more uniform changes than runs. It's the 3rd one.
Makes your roster look bigger if everybody has 2 or 3 uniforms.
I knew I didn't see a 51 before.
Ball.
First pitch was over for a strike. Second one misses. 1 ball and 1 strike to Bernhard. Singled to center and stole the base back in the 2nd inning.
1 for 2. Certainly the Clippers haven't had the at-bats that the Creekers have had. Creekers putting up 10 runs. So they've had a lot of swings tonight.
Infield is no longer playing for 2. Everyone's straight away, just trying to get an out. Swing and a miss. A throw through, double pump there by Schmidt as he had to wait for Gordon to get over there.
2-2.
2 balls and 2 strikes to count to Bernhard.
2-2 it is. 2-2.
Schmidt not too pleased with his throw down to second base. Shakes his head, looks at the dugout. So the guys will razz him a little bit probably about that. Whoa, they got him. Anytime there's air, Chris, and there was space between the runner, Brent Bowman, and the shortstop, and a nice move by Snyder. Take a look. There's the
perfect throw.
Yeah, there you saw the space. Once you see the space, make the turn, make the throw. Well, you're right about the throw. Right there.
I got 2.
And Bernhard thought that was the 3rd out. He took his helmet and bat and threw him over to the dugout. Had to come running over here and chasing it down. And he waves and misses, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. 2nd strikeout for Snyder, who's not allow a run here in the bottom of the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, and none left on base. Dick Tracy returns to join Gary in the next half inning. Creekers leading 10-2.
"24 years and going on 25. The torch is being passed at ABE Car Care Centers. From Cliff and Jim to Cliff Jr. Everything is still the same. Same quality workmanship. Same superior service. Car Care Plus. Available only at ABE Car Care Centers.
This is RCN TV, serving the greater Lehigh Valley and Delaware Valley areas.
Harvey Z. Rad with us tonight. He's the realtor, George Rad the broker. They're one of the most respected real estate companies in the Lehigh Valley. They've been providing personal and professional real estate services with honesty and integrity for over 45 years, specializing in residential, commercial, and multi-unit investment properties. You will find knowledge and sincerity in helping you with all of your real estate needs. Call Dave Rooney, Chris Rad, Greg Rad, or George Rad. 610-433-5551. New pitcher out on the mound for the Clippers. He wears number 6.
Blaise Arena.
It is Blaise Arena out of Lehigh County Community College. We look at Arena's numbers: 4 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 7 hits, 6 runs, 3 earned. He's walked 4, struck out 2, and comes in with a 4.57 ERA. So Blaise Arena on the mound, the 3rd pitcher to work tonight for the Clippers.
Someone else to look at, Gary. Get a handle on. Always thinking ahead.
So he will look at batters 6, 7, and 8. It will be Eric Schmidt, Omar Torres, and Jeff Labarge. Here in the top of the 7th, very comfortable 10-2 lead for Martins Creek. They try to reduce their magic number with 7 games to play after tonight. And they can do no worse than a 4-game lead. Other games being played in the league tonight. The Falcons are at Vinecrest and Northampton is at Hellertown.
Eric Schmidt will lead it off. Hitless tonight.
Yeah, that's not a typical Eric Knight. They scored 10 runs. He's 0 for 3. Trying to get a base hit. He won't do it. Mark Bernhardt is there. And Eric is going to take the collar tonight. Highly unusual. Came in batting .348. I'll bring up Omar Torres, grounded to second when he came in to bat in the 5th inning for Kevin Walbert.
Omar Torres, big numbers. Good year last year. And always remember for his speed.
A rip there, strike 1. Starters Pub at Lineport. That's our Blue Mountain League game of the week next week. Our last regular season game. And, thanks to Eric Charles and all the managers for all their help. They've been great this season. 1-1.
1-1. When you look at Marina here for the first time, puts that one low. Torres smart enough to hold up.
1-2 on the swing and the miss.
1-2.
Three pitchers we said used by the Lehigh Valley Clippers tonight. Good look there.
Another foul tip, not hung on to by Ikram. Season ends July 31st. And they'll probably start right away into the playoffs. There's a semifinal round. Top 4 teams get in.
We stay 1-2.
3 out of 5 semifinal, 3 out of 5 championship. Really generates quite a bit of excitement. Good crowds for the playoffs. Popped up, might stay in the park. Yeah, that's a nice play by Ikram. He found it, he went and got it. So that's a foul pop, out number 2.
Stayed with it. Not very easy catch, Gary. That thing kept drifting and it wasn't that high to begin with.
So that will bring up Jeff LaBarge. He came in to run for Jimmy Happel in the 5th inning, so his first at bat. Strike 1.
That pitch right out on the corner. Tough one to take, tough one to swing.
You know, Brandon Leslie did 4 for 4 tonight. 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. And when he's not doing all that, he's coaching first base.
Put him in a coaching box. Keep him active.
Blaise Rena, 3rd pitcher of the night for the Clippers. Hanley is in a position to get the loss. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, 1-2. Hanley will go to 3-2 on the season. The win to Ryan Driscoll. We'll go to 8-0, and he does have a save. Popped up, should be playable. Left fielder Andrew Fair comes in and puts it away. Good inning for Blaise Rena. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We're through 6.5, 1/2 inning of baseball, unless we have a miraculous comeback here by the Clippers. 10-2. The Creek, 10 runs on 10 base hits. They've committed 1 error. Creekers have left 4 runners on base. 2 runs on 7 hits for the Clippers, and they have left 5 runners on base. They'll send up batters 8, 9, and 1. And then we'll have our starters Riverport player of the game before we get out of here.
I think we got Greg Froyo, number 9, in the do the catching now. Here we leave Eric Schmidt.
That is Froyo. Greg, who played Westchester High School, but guess where he played some college ball? At the community college. So Greg Froyo right there behind home plate. He was getting a little razzing by the bench when those pitches from the bullpen, Dick, were finding their way towards the dugout of the Creekers.
Last chance. Clippers certainly want to, get some numbers on the board and add to their remaining performances this year, and of course looking forward to next year.
Defensively tonight, I've been impressed with shortstop Jim Borton. This has been a tough infield all night, and he's had a few shots hit down his way that have taken tricky little hops, but I think he's always managed to keep the ball in front of him. He's got a very strong arm.
Well, there was a great 6-4-3 double play Gary turned in. I still don't know how they did it.
So Hawes steps in 0 for 2 on the night. He has lined out the right field, grounded out to third base. Game right now, 2 hours old. Popped up and playable in the infield. Looks like Jesse Borden has a beat on it. Instead, Joe Buba calls him off, and Joe Buba gets the first out of the inning.
Always wanting to get something started, goes for that first pitch. Easy infield pop.
Stepping in now, Johnny Russo. Good baseball player, played at Southern Lehigh. Johnny on the night is 1 for 2. Strikeout and a base hit. Now goes from Raven College to play baseball. Low, ball 1.
I was going to say, got Randy alma mater after his high school days.
Good baseball player, had a great career in the Colonial League.
Inside ball 2.
2-0. Shadows now crawling out over Butts Field. Ball is punched foul. 2-1. It's our first visit to Butts Field. Chris, I think, has done some ball games here for DeSales University. Chris has been to DeSales. He should be getting a degree from there.
Absolutely.
No? I mean, he's put in the hours, that's for sure. Done a lot of basketball. That ball punched foul also. So the count evened up at 2-2. One of our guys working tonight, Mike Kingsley, graduated from DeSales University. Nice curveball for the strikeout.
Frozen.
Strikeout number 3 by Ray Snyder in just his second inning of work.
Boy, that cut the heart.
You come out of high school, there you get a look at our graduate, Michael Kingsley. Very familiar with this area. He knew where to tell us where to eat. That ball is hit out into left field. And it'll be a foul ball, strike 1, just a long strike.
Tell you, Snyder, not a bad job here, Gary. Could have got down after the error let off the last inning. He stuck with that. A great pickoff play.
Look at this bat.
Wow,
boy,
that's
this
in
bat
shards.
is just shattered. And you know, they're starting to be very concerned, Dick, about when the bats break anymore. I mean, they seem to always have that very sharp point. Watch this. Look at that.
Whoa, catcher. Watch out.
I tell you, that's a lethal weapon there. Both ends were very sharp. So Hurd goes back to get a new weapon. Just outside. 1-1. Represents the last gasp here for the Clippers. They will fall to 7-15.
Ball 2-1.
Their
first year in, they were 17-15, qualified for the playoffs. The only playoff berth in their history. 19-16 and 06, just barely missed the playoffs. 12-20 and 07. And they'll struggle to get 12 wins this year. All right, Ray, no walks. He will walk. Hurd. First walk issued by any Creeker tonight.
2 running.
Brings up Derek Moyer. Moyer is 1 for 3 with a couple of RBIs.
Moyer hacked out last time.
First RBI and an infield grounder to short. Really not contesting it. Going to pop single to right.
Speaking of short, Jim Borton will put this away, and that will do it as Martins Creek wins their 21st game of the season, as they win this one rather easily, going away with a 10-2
baseball
victory. It's time now for the Starters Riverport player of the game. Starters Riverport, located at 17 West 2nd Street in the Riverport complex. Starters Riverport is a proud sponsor of Blue Mountain League Baseball. Tonight's Starters Riverport player of the game, none other than Brandon Leslie, 4 for 4 on the night. 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored, 2 singles, a double, and a triple. Brandon Leslie is our Starters Riverport player of the game. Final score here tonight, 10-2 in favor of Martins Creek, as they are on their way to a regular season title, and then they'll get ready in the first week of August for the playoffs. So the Creekers win it as the Lehigh Valley Clippers go down tonight by a 10-2 score. Thanks to everybody for all their assistance, in particular Eric Schmidt and Andy Yencho for their help in getting us ready for tonight's ball game. Thanks as always to Eric Charles. My thanks to Chris Michael and to Dick Tracy for their usual job well done. Chris Popick has been our director tonight, the RCN television team bringing you tonight's ball game. So there you have it. We'll say goodbye from DeSales University from Butts Field. A reminder, we'll have our Blue Mountain League Game of the Week next Tuesday night at 9:30. Starters Pub at Limeport. Why don't you join us for that one? Thanks for watching. I'm Gary Laubach. Good night, everybody.
Foster and Gerard Butler.
Get on!
Nims Island.
It's getting wild up in here.
Toilet.
Baby Mama, now playing on demand.
In a land where heaven touches earth, two worlds collide. A prophecy is fulfilled. And when the world's greatest martial art masters meet for the first time,
Somebody might get hurt.
Impressive.
Jet Li, Jackie Chan, The Forbidden Kingdom.
There's the one place where you can step up and be a man.
Community college?
Vegas!
What if you met that special someone?
One drink, I dare you.
What if she was everything
I do. I take them.
you never wanted?
And then it goes down.
Turn that ring off her finger, okay? Shock it off!
Let death do us part.
Not if I don't kill you first.
What happens in Vegas?
Fasten your seatbelts for the high-octane adventure Speed Racer.
Cool beans.
Follow young Speed's quest for glory as he takes on fierce competitors.
Someone's trying to crush everything in my life that matters to me.
To save his family's business and protect the sport he loves.
Racing's the only thing I know how to do, and I gotta do something.
Go, Speed, go!
Speed Racer. Order now on demand.
Nim lives on a secret island with her dad and her amazing friends.
Who built this place? We did.
But when her dad's in trouble, their search for him will be the adventure of a lifetime. Little Miss Sunshine's Abigail Breslin, Jodie Foster, and Gerard Butler.
Get on!
Nims Island.
He's getting